Я вообще не помню. Начинается сумма штатик, который диалог я нечаянно наткнулся, соответственно, уже пропустила. Сахароза меня послала дальше сюда. О, Розария?
Sister Rosaria, so here you are. Choir practice is about to...
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important...
but this event has commemorative...
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Who knows?
Huh? Well, that can't...
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feel. Don't fret. Nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was but if you dally any longer, you
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that.
I thought I heard something.
We'd better watch out. She seems like a...
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favoni...
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering...
And as for this outlander you seem to be following, the honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the sisters of...
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we?
That doesn't sound right.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting. Many people have made their way up after...
So, are you also looking for...
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. I couldn't care what you think.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
Окейушки. Я же не долечу.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After
Кстати,
committing
да,
a
забавно, то,
crime,
что она
you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
исчезает
You're so
в любое время,
suspicious.
как я надо.
Why is
Ненавижу
Paimon a
этих
criminal in your
вообще
example?
ненавижу вас. Сдохни. Так, это кончилось. Стопай. Ага. Иди нафиг.
Allow me.
Зайчик пошел.
Ducky,
Тихо.
La la la. Roar them all out.
Ну-ка, сдохни.
Boing, boing.
Успокаивай. Вечно. Успокаивай чуть-чуть. Зайка, пошел. Да, ушел Борис, кстати. Тенью горения.
You're in for a little shock.
И штик. О, плюшки берем обязательно. И огонек нам нужен. Погреемся. Там дальше вижу.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
А даже ледышка и никогда не
Me?
холодно.
I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Ой. Художник.
Is that Albedo? Why would
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around. The views and scenery here are pretty good.
But can't he see those?
Там была приманка.
Uh-oh. Looks like he startled them.
Ну, в принципе, мы можем и так
Enough talk. Let's take them out of the picture
не
first.
тот персонаж.
Who are you? Why did you alarm? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting. Would have been a shame.
What's up with painting hilly
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting,
Окей.
it may give you a clue.
Wow. Look at the deep.
You can find these hilly churls anywhere. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and the cyclical lives of such primitive communities.
Hold your horses. We found your man. I'm headed back.
Я что-то пришла вообще.
What? Don't you have any? What?
So Sister Rosaria brought you. But back to the point.
We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose.
I see. So then, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during... I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. Excellent. If I could procure your assistance... forgive me. This must be...
Whoa. You.
You're right.
Короче, он хочет изучить
Giving a
нас.
demonstration. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
Это как он так делал?
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. It's like you, in that it hails from another world.
Well, if you're struggling.
I beg to differ. I'm up, but you're
Ты
not
надо
from
что-то
the known
потрогать.
world. By observing and research,
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
it's possible. But I will. Time for a change of surroundings. We should.
Она за нами наблюдает?
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mom?
Кстати, про нее вообще нифига не знаю. Блин. Да хоть отсюда телепортнемся.
Paimon has a question.
I don't know. But I feel using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that after awakening. Even.
No, Paimon's got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become?
Well, if it turns out to be a.
Yay! Paimon's holding you to it.
И будешь пожрать.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after. The subject of my first research was the elements. How you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? Fascinating.
What a stupid question. Can't you see the gap? And another thing.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force. Oh, that rules out that but that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10
Hey, how would you...
In that case, it would appear that there's no... Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research. Firstly, this mysterious element let me lure a few slimes to the area.
Huh?
Direct and clear observation are imperative. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge.
Slimes. Slimes are fine.
Well, prepare yourself.
Stay put. Boing, boing, boom. Ooh.
Еще что так? Бомбочки.
Great work. Did you feel it? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifest. Now that we know that the external flow is manifest,
Internal flow? How do you
Ничего
test
скрывать
that?
нет.
it's very simple. I can use alchemy if the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body. This potion may elicit an element.
Sounds kind
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary.
and
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved, just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for. Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we. It's a type of ore known as star silver.
Нет.
But unfortunately, I'll take you
Нет.
to my campsite. We all
Не
going to
хочу.
plan. We.
Paimon's still. Let's keep our eyes open.
Ненавижу эту руду.
Woo! La la la.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes.
И что ты говоришь? Ништяк. Собрала наконец-то про кабанов. Очень фига их напала. Самое самое.
Don't be scared.
Пусть. Полечай. Пушки.
This one. Usable with a bit of polish.
Как я не люблю этот камушек.
What luck.
Как находится?
This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Da-da-da. Woo!
Слушай, так его тут место? Найс. Я здесь уже была.
This is my campsite. While we are waiting, have a look over here.
И чё?
My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the
Whoa! Look at all the data.
I wouldn't call them results. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler. Consider. You don't following this line of thought?
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. A cryoregis vine, or even a wildflower might be a better analogy. But in that sense, things might.
Yes, sir.
After all, we've got our primary data. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship.
Ah, it would. Apology. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be
Great, I'll leave you to it.
Давайте уже что-нибудь сделаем.
Huh. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink.
Ну,
Remember
ладненько.
to keep calm at all times. And breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Не очень-то хотелось. Кажется, я горю. Откуда я взяла огонь?
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face.
А,
You said you tried some already.
Oh, this was the result I was. This potion channels elemental power into the body. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience moments.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for. But of course, you're my assistant. But in conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as element.
Aw, Paimon
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. The good thing about ordinary is that everything people are the same. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. But a peculiar person, for example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an eye of the storm. To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. You gave me a lot to having you down as an animal wasn't very precise of me.
Not bad. I think it's an interesting line of inquiry.
You can count on me, sir.
Is he trying to join the... what Paimon meant to say was...
Before we can proceed,
Опять?
if
Что
you're
носили?
interested, why not have a look?
Я так-то, конечно, здесь уже была. Ну давай еще раз осмотрим. Лучше ничего не трогать. Пшеничка.
Here comes Albedo! Let's go see him!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting?
Беспорядок.
Not to worry. Well, on with the research. There may be significant... Take Tevat, for example. But worlds may well exist where only one person... So, leaving elements to one side, I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time.
Опять
In other
пить?
words, no. You... Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break
Я
it.
так не умею.
You think Paimon knows how to do...
That was your best effort? Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with... Anyway, why don't you cook us up a...
О, я такого не было еще.
Not
Давай,
only
давай.
is this recipe a staple for me,
Paimon... That does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good.
I'll leave you to it then. If there's anything left over.
Paimon doesn't think
Пойма не допустит.
we're gonna channel
Остатков
elemental
еды.
power into the food.
Так. Солнечная рыба. Это она? Она. О, эту цветочку еще может использовать. Идеально. Что-то на защиту, походу. Ништяковый бонус. Нам последний хватит.
Where does he get these ideas from anyway?
That was fast.
Так аж быть. Делюсь рыбкой.
An average outcome experimentally, but as far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Unless...
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good. And here's your portion. Enjoy.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye. Not that Paimon would have been able to do much.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago, but you do have tasty recipe. And you're right, we are good friends.
Yes. I'm fortunate. There are all manner of alchemical items here. I managed to retrieve the majority, but
Paimon's barely finished eating.
Don't worry if you can't locate them. If you had, say, superpower, like I must have dropped them.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh, yeah!
Нас опять заставили. Окей, идти недалеко. Найдите потерянную вещь с помощью стихий. Это считается потерянной вещью, нет? Ну, там какой-то синий и фиолетовый свет.
This must be electrohypostasis powder.
Вот какая-то фигня еще.
The extract of an animo crystal fly can only be animo elemental energy,
Что
right?
недалеко.
Goodness. Humanity. I'm wondering. This.
Yep. Guess it.
Unfortunately, only a never before seen.
You mean we
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely. I have to commend your deduction that. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research, in essence, the differences between looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jumped from here and landed on that cliff, the one over. So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here? Then I shouldn't get too excited. I know of a location that will be perfect.
Нет.
still in one piece. Good thing the bio's so
Недалеко,
strong.
конечно. Ну, опять же пешочком.
La la la.
Не обойти, нет.
Jumpy, dumpy,
Ты что-то попал. Да что ж такое?
Come a little close.
boing, boing.
Получаем.
Woo.
Бабах. Чё столица? Чуть я пропустил, что было написано.
La la la.
Мне оставляет на скалу залезть. А там, кстати, что-то показывается еще. Ладно. Может быть, и удачно залезем. Ой, я забыла, что у меня может кончиться энергия. Давай, цветочек, ползи. Так, все, не рискуем. Хотя. Рискуем. Плюшки. Как на странно скачет. Уи, где-то фигня, которая у меня оказывается.
You want
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when I will factor the time expended and your top speed.
the opposite side of the lake. So we're
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively. Some of us would be unable to stand. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, then if you would, please.
Ладно, ладно, так подожди.
while we're busy
Не-не-не,
testing,
как
what
секунд.
exactly are
Подожди,
you gonna
подожди,
be
я
doing?
хотела посмотреть, что здесь. Ну,
Me?
а если провалю, он заново
Recording
начнется.
data, responding to risks,
Вот она.
providing
Извините,
emotional
подождите,
support.
экспериментами.
So if we do
Мне
decide
всего
to
несколько
go
штук этой
swimming,
фигни
you
осталось
gonna dive
собрать.
in with us?
No,
Где там? Что там?
unless you're thinking of conducting
Не люблю
competitive
эти кольца.
research.
Я все время у них прав.
Oh,
Фигачиваюсь.
forget Paimon said anything.
Что же за водоворот? Ай, они меня толкнули. Понятно, этот трогать нельзя, значит, да? Это твою дивизию. Кстати, надо отметить рыбку тут. Но здесь не отмечено, что у меня здесь рыбка. Стопы. Рыбка. Рыбка. Да. Огонечек. Отлично.
Great work. Your reputation precedes you, traveler.
But you followed us the whole way.
Me? Actually, if it turns out that the natural laws of Tavad do not affect you, if the natural laws of Tavad do affect you, then I shall the innumerable possibility.
But how does this help your
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. I may be about to make some analogies between gold, petrified trees, the essence of the investigative process. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research. All these things that start out as objects of...
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly trees?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from her...
So after all these experiments...
Of course not. You have been of... Now, before we head back to the... Follow me. There are some other...
Так, стопэ, стопэ. Куда? Где? Блин, я не дал телепорт нормально. Что же подстава, а? Сейчас, секунду. Ой. Встречи? О, я не видел твое сообщение. Привет. И это прохожу. Как вот он забыл называть фигня это. Отсюда быстрее. Тун-тун-тун. Задание Легенд. Нет, нет, нет. Пока-пока. Блин, энергии мало. Кони. Двиган, двиган, кони. Ой. Что там такое? Странно, я этого не помню, что вот здесь был. Главное не сдохнуть. Рек.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few cannot. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities. I'd like you to explore these ruins. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins. After as with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action. I would remember that this is a test of intellect. So, let's see you in action.
Oh.
It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution.
Так, стопы. Их надо подавать всех, может быть. Что какой-то не остановился. Ты куда пойдешь? Ага. Еще есть где-то? Плюшки. Иди тоже что стало? Она как быстро может гнать? Нет, быстрее гнать они не могут. Ага. Надо, походу, 3-ю найти, может быть. Но это может быть часть другой головоломки, да? Больше уже нет? Раз, два. Пойдем возьмем ее.
Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
Так, это либо пойдет туда. Слезь, слезь, слезь. Либо сюда только. Ага. Ищи. Где ты? Угу. Здесь просто довести. Все должно быть еще одна. Куда тут показывать? Да ну нафиг. Блин. Ладно. Надеюсь, я залезу. Фиг там плавал, да? Теперь главное не утонуть. Так. Так. Ладно. Пойдем с нижней. Какого фига-то? Лезь. Детка, ты что-то неправильно делаешь. Да, твою налево. Hold, hold, hold. Интересно, залезу по этой фигне? Ништячки. Только не воду, только не воду, только не на большую. Давай пониже пойдем. Мило. Надеюсь, мне проблем не доставит долететь. Отлично. Да, ты откуда вы здесь взялась сразу? Господи, чуть не упал.
Don't be scared.
Ага. Ха! Где фиг-то? Так, где ты? Двигай булками. Куда она делась? Почему я ее не вижу? А, вот ты где, засранка. Только не вверх, не иди, пожалуйста. Слава богу. Та-да! Так, одну головоломку мы решили, считай. Ладно, теперь пойдем считать эту фигню. Так, смотрим, где еще феечки. Может, есть стеночки? Походу нет. Давай смотреть, сколько горит одна штука. Так, запускаем. Раз, два, три, 5, 6. Ага, две могут только гореть. Третья сразу гаснет. Ха. Так, с какой запускается? Так, твою налево поднимись. Может, меня выпьют уже речь? Нет, не получится. Это не считается. Так, нам определенно нужна третья, потому что на две их не хватает. Давай еще раз посмотрим. Где же ты? Где же ты? Где же ты? Какие-то секунды прям решают. Их тут 5. Блин, нет, по 2, да. И какие-то секунды, походу, решают. Топай. Ай, рано запустила. Надо, чтобы она запустила 2, а только потом запустили мы их. Пошла? Пошла?
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding out.
Ух ты! Новая плюшка.
Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased.
Так, тут я
We should
походу
be able to see
точно пока
what's
не
in the
была.
water now.
Здесь
Let's have a
ничего нет?
look.
Сундучка нет? Да ладно.
What's this?
Ау.
To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. There's still a lot to learn about them. Let me make a copy first. I'll make...
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird. It seems like if you want the reward.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kind of looking forward to seeing the unless you can think of anything better.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is...
You!
I most certainly did not. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling-sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete stranger? I'd sooner believe you were tricked than that you would be so naive.
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether...
No way! Paimon would have sensed it!
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense it. In any case, I'm not about to...
So, what are you gonna do?
I've got to hand it to you. I've investigated everything else.
But we don't even know...
That much is true. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. Now then, all things... Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one...
Overtime.
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh.
Так, идем в лагерь. О, новый рисунок встал.
You're back. Good time. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the wait time for the results? We got a myriad of data today, but the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is...
You couldn't tell that just by look? We spent all day working on...
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident. Have you ever considered that the world of Tevat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to convert the only other life form that, like you, has come, but after imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Что это?
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot, is not nurturing otherworldly life, also nurture... It would seem that that's as far as we go.
Paimon thought, with all our efforts, it might have...
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. A short life can be well lived. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Don't be... Albedo, Paimon really...
Thank you both. Even your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean, at the time I've spent traveling with you in the future, if the need arises, well...
Подозрительно.
I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the but what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there.
Why?
Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are if, one day, I lose control, can I rely on you to stop me?
Ой. Звучит жутко. Окейушки. Что у нас задание легенд еще? Небесный кит. Ну ладно. Что бы это ни значило. Что-то как долго грузится. Тран-тран-тран. Это чувак.
Be on your guard, traveler. Now is no time for...
Oh, why's that? Has something happened?
Yes. As unusual as this may sound, Numerous eyewitness reports have confirmed an active ruin guard presence in this area. Sergeant sent someone to find out just where these ancient machines might have come from.
So did somebody wake...
As I say, the reason is... Moreover, the ruin in question is of the especially spooky variety. As such, we are not permitted to investigate until the order comes through from... Sorry? Did you say something?
Was that supposed to be your impression of Master Deal?
In any case, the only sensible strategy in the meantime is to increase Millilith patrol...
That's a good point. Ruin guards are probably pretty dangerous for regular folk.
Wow. I'm very grateful indeed for the...
Oh, don't worry about that. This one beats up ruin
Поэтому
guards
пойдем в
for
руины,
breakfast.
действительно.
Is that so? Well, if you're genuine... I did see some ruin guard footprints on the hillside. But since then, I've been too busy warning
Footprints, eh? Interesting.
While the Millilith stands guard, evil shall never prevail.
Не стоит благодарности. Мы идем. Отпусти уже.
Let's move out.
Оу, там есть то, что я еще не делала. Где-то тут поставим метку.
This footprint is huge. It has to be the one that guy was talking about.
Правда, большие следы.
And here's another one.
Коробочка.
Seems the ruin guards did come out for a walk after all.
Почти четко поставила.
Trail of ruin guard footprints leads us here to
Вот он сидит, отдыхает.
a ruin guard over there.
Будем драться?
Stay put. Boing, boing, boom.
Я вода не понял.
Jumpy, dumpy, go.
You're in for a little shock.
Allow me. Don't be scared. Jumpy, jumpy, go. Well, that's one down. Let's keep looking around.
Отдай добычу. С трупа. Нет, ничего не дал. Совсем. Там сверху есть плюшка. Хорошо, что я метку здесь поставила, потом сюда вернемся. Странно, что здесь не было. Ой, ребенок. Ты что здесь забыл?
Hey you! Check this out! What is he wearing? I've never seen one this close before. Have you ever seen one?
С севера?
Excuse me. His name is Mr. Cyclops. Mr. Cyclops? Aw, that's cute. Wait, yep, my brother said so. And he's the best toy seller in the... Right now, he's at the Institute for Toy Research. It's always nice to meet someone else who likes toys. So tell me, where'd you get your toy from? Must be a pretty new kind, huh? I've never seen one that can fly and talk. Yeah, Paimon is never...
Greetings. Have you found anything? Oh. A child?
We just, you know...
You shouldn't be out here, boy.
Killing machines? You mean ones that look like this?
Precisely. And including this one.
You take that back! Mr. Cyclops is not... We shouldn't be talking to this guy. If he's saying mean things about Mr. Cyclops, he's definitely...
I'm just trying to help. I've always been...
Well then, why don't you get back to your normal job and leave us to...
Seems I have no other choice. Very well. I will continue with my patrol. Please escort the child to somewhere safe. It's much too dangerous here.
Ладно, давай.
The mighty Mr. Cyclops scared off the bad guys once again! My name's Tuser. I came all the way from Snezhnaya to look for my... You came all the way from... Oh, I think this is the part where I give you this. There you go.
Что такое? Тевкр. Господи.
What
Тевкр.
is it? Looks heavy. What the? My brother said I should take it with me. He said, find an... Your brother makes a good point. Still, it's hard to believe your family must be super rich. Paimon never knew you could make so much more from... Yay! Thanks, nice lady. All right. Now, we got... You make a pinky promise, you keep it all your life. You break a pinky promise, I throw you on the ice. The cold will kill the pinky that once betrayed your friend. The frost will freeze your tongue off so you... Wow. That one nursery rhyme... Well, if we weren't your babysitters before, we sure as heck are now.
Создатель
Wait,
игрушек.
where should we look for your brother? Great idea. All right. All right. Finally, now I get...
Нам подарили рыбку. Рыбка! 1000 мора. Окей. Ну, так пешком же не пойдем. Не сюда. Да-да, уйди ты, ёшки-макарёшки. Ага, посередине. Ладно.
Ла-ла-ла.
Ай. Это что такое-то? Ой, фатунь.
That seems a little inappropriate, don't you think, sir?
Relax. Once in a while.
Huh? What is he doing here? Yay, my brother! I
Chайльд?
found you!
I know that voice. Why, if it isn't my little brother, too? What a nice surprise, Tooser. How are the others? Sister Tony?
They miss you a lot. Tonya prays for you every day at...
Wait a second. What are you doing here in Liyue, Tooser?
Well, what happened was, I saw a boat that looked like it, and then, when I got off, I just kept... Mr. Cyclops scared off a bad guy, and then I found this nice lady to help me come look for you. And also, too cool. Suddenly Paimon doesn't feel so bad about taking Tooser's money.
Tooser, what you did was extremely dangerous. I'm so happy to see...
Okay, I promise. Please don't...
I'm not mad at you. If you hadn't met these nice people, things could have been a lot more dangerous.
Yep, I always... Oh, so you did...
Forgive me, it's so... I know we've had our differences up to now, but a few minor quibbles aside, we get on quite well, don't you think? Come on, you know I'm just a pawn in all that, just doing my part. As for who wins, I'm much more interested in who...
Sounds like...
You're forgetting something about me. I, Tartaglia, spend every second getting stronger. Don't expect to have it quite...
Whoa, 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 whoa! You...
Maybe not right now. Not while my...
Why do you want to fight the nice...
No, not at all. Allow me to formally express my sincerest gratitude for taking care of my darling brother. His safety
So Aunt Tooser said something about you being a toy seller.
Yes, about that. Shh, look. I only told him that so that he'll look up to me. I don't want my family to have anything to do with the Fatuis. The older ones already know that I serve the Tsaritsa. As I was saying, I remain Snezhnaya's greatest expatriate to...
That's right! My brother's the greatest! He's...
Ой.
Just humor me in front of Tooser, if you would be so... Yes, Ekaterina. I will deal with the...
Hey! Slinking off our...
But Master Childe, would it not be a little
A bet is a bet, isn't it? And if you lose a bet with an agent...
Are you going off to some...
That's right. As much as I'd love to catch up a little longer, Tooser...
So we still need... Sure! I really like this lady.
Well, it sounds like Tooser really likes you, and that you've already made a pinky promise to take good care. Then I'm in your debt. Here, take this. If need be, you may find me by the...
Видишь, телепортироваться? О, можно, отлично. Нет, нельзя. Ладно, ходим.
Looks like we'll be hanging out with Child's kid brother for a while. So, where are we going to play first? How about we start with the toy store? Huh? What are those? They're called kites. The kids in
Hello there, dear. You look like you've come a...
That's right. How do you play with these kite things, Granny?
When the wind picks up, you let out the string and whoosh! The kite will fly into the air.
Wow, that's amazing! Do you have any Mr. Cyclops ones?
Mr. Cyclops...
I want to fly Mr. Cyclops high into the sky, so up...
Well, I can do custom builds.
Will this picture do? I drew it myself.
I'll manage.
We should be fine. Child would, but then again, throwing money around willy-nilly is, you know, kinda irresponsible. Well, so, yes, technically speaking, either way, it's time to talk prices.
О, я могу торговаться. Давай до 5.
No, that won't do. This
Хорошо. Где там? Так пойдет?
Fine, fine. I've neither the time nor energy to bargain with you at my age.
Thanks, Granny.
Worry not.
Ура!
For our next stop, why don't we head to One Man Restaurant? It would be a mighty crying shame to come all the way to Liyue and never try the food.
Hello, welcome.
This restaurant has a really...
A choking smell? Oh, you must be...
Spicy chili? But
Oh, what a pity. A person who can't eat spice.
Is it really that bad? My meals have to have lots and lots of sugar. And the oil? Wow, we've got a real rich kit. Looks like One Man Restaurant's dishes aren't to Tooser's taste. Maybe we...
Will that be all?
What do you mean, Chef?
Giving the people what they want is the... If I thought for 1 second that I couldn't make a dish to satisfy...
Whoa, there seems to be... Then we'll leave it to you, Chef, now. Sure.
But let me say this first. Special requests are going to cost you more. Of course, we aren't going to demand prices anywhere.
Is it just Paimon? Or still... Surely there must be a little room...
Да вы офигели. Так, 1005. Хорошо, 6.
Hey now, come on. I can...
Не хочет, да? Так, половину чуть не нравится. 8.
You folks.
Thanks, Chef.
Please sit wherever you like.
А, чуть больше половины получается выбирать. Тверка, теврка, господи.
I thought it was just right. But this doesn't feel right somehow. Whatever. So where do you want to go next, Tooser? I was so caught up looking for my brother when I first got here. Good idea. The hustle and bustle at the...
Ура! Встречал. Почему дела загробные? Это какой-то еще удобник. Ой. Не туда пошел. Не в то горло толкнул. Что-то про Варвария там было.
Wow, this place is... Are the waves here always like this? Given Liyue's climate, Paimon is kind of the traveler's exclusive personal... This place is Liyue's commercial hub, and it's been the biggest port other than merchant vessels. Many fishing boats and industrial transports dock here to replenish their, fishery supplies and daily necessities. which, thanks to the immense throughput, yeah, Paimon can't well, guess Paimon will just have to explain this Paimon style. So this harbor, all the nations float their boats over the sea into the mouth. Then, Liyue Harbor rubs its big round belly in satisfaction because it's all stuffed full of delicious Hey, what's that big metal hook over there? I want to see. Wait, Tooser, don't run off.
Я тут приду, рассказываю, как тут
After all that, he was...
Какой великолепный крюк.
That metal hook is huge, and it gets bigger the closer. This is an anchor. Docked ships use it. An anchor. Got it. But I think I might get it mixed up with Commodore Hook. Commodore Hook? Is this... My brother always sends me a really big Commodore Hook, Black Steel Jack, Iron Tony. We keep them all in our backyard. Yeah, and that's why I can't bring them with me all the time. It's a shame.
То есть останки каких-нибудь монстров, получается.
Wow! Using Fatui funds for personal gain? But suddenly, it doesn't seem so strange that Tooser would treat it. But my favorite has to be Mr. Cyclops. Even though I mostly came... Oh, are they selling fish over there? Let's have a look. Hey! Quit running off!
Да-да, сейчас же остановись. Ла-ла-ла.
La-la-la. Is this where they sell fish? Wow.
Hey, whose fish are you calling small? Little kid.
He's just a curious kid. No need to get... That said, these fish are actually pretty big by Paimon. Maybe 200 times your size? There are legends in my hometown about it. I told my brother about it, and he went out to sea to catch one. A few days later, he returned with a humongous... Are you sure that was a fish? Paimon thinks it sounds more like some sort of leviathan. Hey, Miss Nice Lady.
Заканчивай уже осмотр, ребенок.
What's wrong, Tooser? Are you tired? I miss my brother. What? But we were just with him. Yeah, but for such a short time that it doesn't count. Take me to see my brother. I don't want to Yep. Well, we've played with Tooser long enough, haven't we? Chайльд said that he'd be by the river. Yay! Let's go. Let's...
Я тоже рада. Блин, не рада. Пешком. Ой. Я упал. Блин, и тут я задание никуда не делала. Черт. Может, я быстренько его пройду? Если летать не надо. Есть кого-то убить туда. Давай. Давай, сделай ему это. Да? А, надо с водой. Гениально. Пиук. Вернись, я все прощу. Отлично.
Oh my.
Да-да-да. Белка.
Found him. There's... Wait, he's talking to...
You know what I'm here for,
Oh, you got lip. Making us guess. If you want to join up, let me just say this first.
Uh-huh. What a... Well, in the Tsaritsa's name, I suppose I should forgive you country bumpkins for your ignorance.
Brother!
Что? Ты сам сказал, где искать.
You're selling them toys, aren't you, brother? That's so cool.
Well, why, yes, of course. For I, the greatest toy salesman in Snezhnaya.
So cool.
Huh? You playing games, pretty boy?
So, will you buy or not? The toys that Snezhnaya produced 3 months ago will run you Yes, 6
toys.
Wow. Is that what it's gonna...
Look at that! Spreading joy and laughter to every...
I'll say it again. Toys from Snezhnaya, 3 months
Yeah, no. Sorry, sales boy. The same joke isn't funny twice. Or were you always cruising for a bruising?
All right then. I'll make things a little easier for you. I'll join the...
Would you listen to yourself?
Well then, why don't you put me to the test, dear seniors?
Looks like you're not gonna pack it up until someone... Truth be told, we've set up a shop here because there's a fine little loot cave nearby. If you think you're up to snuff, why don't you have a crack at it on our behalf?
Come on. If...
An initiation test, eh?
The loot's on the opposite cliff. We're gonna hang back here and watch the show.
Huh, no problem. Don't...
Можно не пешком, не на время. Чё? Да, твою налево. Щу. Это что такое? Почему оно такое в разбитом потоке вещей? Эй, поток ветра. Чё не поднимает, не поняла. Блин, еще один сундук, который пропустила. Поднимай, поднимай, поднимай. Не падай, пожалуйста, пожалуйста, пожалуйста. Да ёшки-макарёшки. Я все взяла? Нет, не отдавай. Ну так, деньги.
Well, I have the goods. Here you go. So how'd I do? Pretty well, I'd...
Brother, what do we do?
Please, hold on a moment, sir. He ain't here for an initiation. He just wanted to...
Honestly, we'd be no match for him if he wanted to fight.
Guys, we're being robbed?
I don't know. Surely he wouldn't have come here all dressed up like that if he was only after us. Unless... maybe...
Snezhnaya, 3 months, 600,000. I remember that the boss took out a 600,000 more alone from that...
So this guy must be the debt collector.
And that's where you're still green. See, in a lot of...
Makes sense. Owing money is pretty embarrassing.
This guy isn't one to mess with, I tell you. He's a professional.
So, Mr. Salesman...
Oh? I didn't pass? I must say...
No, it's not that. What we mean is, but we fully understand the situation with the... toys, sir.
I see. Well then, it's been a pleasure doing business.
Yes.
That's my brother for you. Toy sellers are so cool.
Ah, Master Childe, you're here. A new batch of fresh recruits have just...
Hey now, keep your voice down. Can't you see
Clients? Well, anyway, the Motherland has dispatched a new batch of recruits to...
do I have to? Now is...
I must apologize for troubling you, Master Childe, but they are already Every new batch of recruits must be baptized by the Tsaritsa's will, through the words of her harbinger. At present, Master Childe, you are the only harbinger in
Well, alright then, I'll go.
Do you have to keep work?
Yes, sir. We have a group of new toy sellers fresh in from the Motherland.
Wow, that's great! When I grow up, I want to be a toy seller too.
Oops.
I'm afraid you're still too young, sir. I'm not sure if you'd understand much of it, and most of it's rather boring anyhow. Why don't you go play with the Traveler instead? Sound good? Please, I'll compensate.
But...
I really do have to go now, sir. A lot... I'll see you around, alright?
Девка, господи, девка.
Childe really dotes on his brother, but now he's gotta ditch him again. Must be a really tough job. Yeah, you're right. He hasn't done himself any to think he'd go this far just to prevent his family from seeing his dark side. wonders too. But wait. Where's Tooser?
Где этот мальчишка?
We were too big. Seems like either way. Let's head over there.
Полева. Испытание выполнено? Какое испытание? Ну да, ладно. Выполнено. Не тебя. Подожди. Где там была моя плюшечка? Где-то там, да. А вон там феечка. Да что ж такое-то? Ладно, смотрим носом туда. Где-то здесь у нас феечка раз. Где-то здесь сундучок у нас 2. Опять пешком. Да что ж такое-то? По мосту придется сюда. На это полетим. Ништяк. Хиличура. Как мило. Да мимо не пройду, походу. Я уже рядом с ними был. Давайте бочком я быстро. Почти получилось. Да я подумаю. Тут идет самый медленный. Мешается. Токсичный человечище. Ладно, пофиг, побежали. Чего ж дальше их будет? Шпитаться. В смысле одним? А сколькими? Я могу играть только одним персонажем. Я просто не хочу драться, у меня квест впереди. Я успею подраться еще. Да, вот они. Хорошо, давай подерусь с ними. Они сами бежали. Они меня не дождались, видишь? Нет, мне нужно сюда было. Это время занимает долго, могу разбираться просто так. Засранец. Вот тогда.
Quiet. My brother's giving his speech.
Speech.
From this day forward, you will honor the oaths you have made to Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, and you shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north. As strong as Her Majesty expects of you loyalty, ruthlessness, and for the trials that we face are harsh, and our enemies are like...
Oops.
Like kites, and who shall become redoubtable foes of Mr. Cyclops in...
Uh-huh. Kites are really...
This is, of course, an analogy. So as your sales manager here in Liyue, I demand that a refusal shall be considered a betrayal. And the price for betrayal is to be
Whoa, that's really strict.
Huh? Seeking to please everyone pleases no one at all. Forget it. Perhaps around...
Hands-on training.
After all, a strong
Hey, did...
A Harbinger wants to spar with us personally?
I can't believe it. A recruit's like a...
Am I hearing a hint of a...
Not at all, sir!
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you lot.
Конечно, я тоже буду драться. Да, твою дивизию. Ты кто? Лёд. Лучник еще при этом.
Hold the line. Don't be scared.
Он сильный, да, эти сильные терпеть не могу. Двигай лапами. Детка, давай, пока не сдохну.
Allow me. Dumpy, dumpy, go.
Да что ж такое? Что я еще подталкиваю? Не люблю этот подряд. Бесит. Что сказать? Получай по шапатке. Огонек! Где еще один? А, все? Что скажешь? А? В смысле? Не поняла? Не поняла? А что, нас так откатило? Нас откатило как будто. Что?
From this day forward, you will honor the oaths you have made to Her Majesty. You shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north. Her Majesty expects of you loyalty, ruthless, for the trials that we face are harsh, and our enemies are like...
Нет, пропуска нет.
And like kites, who shall become redoubtable foes of Mr. Cyclops.
Uh-huh. Kites are really...
This is, of course, an analogy. So as your sales manager here in Liyue, a refusal shall be considered a betrayal. And the price...
Whoa, that's really strict.
У меня обидно то, что, блин, второй раз.
Seeking to please everyone pleases no one. Forget it. Perhaps a...
Hands-on training.
After all, a strong...
Hey, did a harbinger wants to spar with us personally?
I can't believe it.
Okay. Am I hearing a hint of...
Я пытаюсь диалоги побыстрее, что пришли.
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you lot.
Так, нечестно. Двигай ластами. Кто там пятый? Кто там пятый? Не пойму, что иди в пропасть. Проры сиди. Зайчик, мой зайчик, давай. Или может Чайльда мало нравится, возмущаться. Не-не-не, ты не трогай.
Come a little closer.
Давай не доводим, не знаю.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Приближается подкрепление.
Who's next?
Великолепно, конечно. Тип того. Ну, нормально.
Well then,
Фух.
do you all understand?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. And you all, in other words, you've done well for new recruit.
Thank you, Lord Harbinger.
All right, hush now. Now then, I wish you dismissed.
Brother, you are amazing.
Oh, Tooser, what in the world are you doing here? There I was thinking that the Traveler had taken...
Yikes, that's some terrible acting.
I told you, didn't I? I'm not the man I was when we first met. By that, I assume you mean that it puts a great strain on my body. So I still haven't fully recovered from the injuries Anyway, I'm no Senora.
The Foul Legacy transformation? I want to learn to fight too. I want to be...
Now, Tooser, fighting isn't about looking cool. You can only continue... I can teach you. But think carefully...
I want to protect Sister...
That's a good answer, Tooser. When I return to Snezhnaya, I will start teaching you fighting techniques.
Leave it...
You know, Tooser's a good kid when he's not being so stubborn.
You've had a nice long time here in Liyue, haven't you, Tooser?
But... You've been so busy, and we didn't get any time to play together.
Tooser, you know I'm very busy at work. And hasn't it been fun traveling all over the place with a proper traveler?
He's just worried he won't be able to keep up the toy. Well, how about this? If you
Oh dear, who taught this little devil to bargain? All right.
take me to visit the Institute of Toy Research. Do you think he means that ruin that the Millelith was
Хочу
talking
посетить
about?
исследовательский
The one
институт
where all the ruin guards
игрушек.
were coming from?
Done deal. After all, you've come all the as your brother. It's only right for me to grant you one.
Exactly. Are you sure this is a good idea? You should come along too, traveler. This time?
Let me think. Ah, yes. The Institute of Toy Research is not far at all from Lingju Pass. Now, traveler, you're not the sort of person who would disappoint a kid now.
The brothers are ganging up on us again.
Засранцы, говорю.
Oh, fine.
Они меня опять используют. Да, твою дивизию. Ладно, здесь рядышком телепорт. Та-дам, та-дам, та-дам. Та-да-да-дам, та-дам. Я надеюсь, здесь я была. Хотя я уже не помню. Кто? Что за поселок? Это какой-то перевал. Там была какая-то вот загадка. Да-да, все верно. Я здесь была. Не полностью. Подозрительное место. Окей.
Here we are. Welcome to Liyue's Institute of Toy Research.
Yeah, we're here. I can already hear the sounds of... What is this place?
Based on my limited understanding, I believe this is one of Dottore another one of the Fatui Harbingers. He loves tinkering with old things. It's a personal passion of his. So, he converted these ruins into a ruin guard research lab.
Huh? So the ruin guards are built by the...
No, they have much closer connections to the Abyss. So, strictly speaking, as to why the ruin guards have been moving outside of this area recently...
Wow, yet another Harbinger with a bad act. But at least this explains why you were totally okay with bringing two...
Well, I wouldn't go quite that far. I actually have no...
So...
Of course I am. But no matter what the danger is, even Tusser understands that, now that he knows what he...
What are you guys chatting about? Come on.
Давайте поскорее войдем.
All right.
Нет. Меня послали залезть в дырку опять непонятно куда. Удивительный мир Одноглазика. Какая прелесть. Да-да-да. Ниже рекомендуемый уровень. Идите. Два Чайльда.
Someone was saying that...
Were they now? What a silly thing for them to say. And
yeah, I knew that they were lying anyways. Mr. Cyclops is here to
Right. With Mr. Cyclops around, the...
That's right. Okay, I'm going to go play with Mr. Cyclops now.
Пойду как-нибудь играть с Одноглазиком, он его кокнет.
Hey, Tusser, wait up!
Тевкар.
The door's shut.
Крышняк.
Will Tusser be alright?
There's another path over there.
Бестолочно, что привести ребенка, сказать, что Одноглазик хороший. Я Чайлдом играю, видишь? Чайлдом играю. Там где был сундук? Пойду в сундук сначала возьму. Ой. Это не могу подняться. Это имя, блин, персонажа киса. Не отвлекай. Так, получается, мне нужно сюда, сюда, сюда. Давай, давай. Я знаю, я великолепна. Да. Наоборот. Вода под себя очень хорошо действует.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Классики. Вода. Вода. Оу, там очень много всяких роботов. А вон стоит наш брат. Вон внизу. Да, я тоже его вижу.
Oh, the door opened. Was that you?
That's right. But give me a moment over here, Tusser. Maybe I shouldn't have spoiled him quite so much.
Нифига не слушается ребенок. Может, не стоит его так баловать? Действительно.
Those ruin guards have all been strung up. Where are they being taken to?
I don't know. But if there's a chance it's where Tusser is, we need to stop this before things get
Там
ugly.
дверь с этим стражем двигается. И ко мне. Вон брат. Куда-то он двигается. Вот, смотри. Чук-чук-чук. Едет. Тут слаймы. Хотя еще. Иди сюда, на пушку. Поближе уже подошел. Зайчик. Зайчик. Лисичка. Слушайте, еще опять? Давай шоу. Ну давай. Зайчик. Клей. Еще раз. Как такой из огня очень хорошо. Пяти. Все? Ничего больше не даете? Ой, смотри. Застрял робот. Не двигайся. Кто там у нас палочка? Вот у нас палочка. Фигачи. Кипяток? Нет? Залезешь? Не залезешь. Интересно, пройду сюда? Пройду. Паучок. Мы сможем побить паучка? В общем, мы должны побить паучка. Кли, фигач. А что, я туда не пошла? Не знаю, да? Ага. Плюшка. Не та плюшка, подожди. Вода, вода, вода.
You're in for a little shock.
Здесь ничего нету. Слушай, нужно
Tusser,
дырку пролезть.
see that big stone cube in front of you? I need your help.
Yay! Do I really get to help my...
You bet. Now I'll count down from 3, and then we touch it together. Ready?
Ready. Коснуться, получается. Оу. Подожди, я хочу взять.
What is that?
Упс. Ага. Еще один вид робот, отлично. Я хочу пойти к сундуку. Кажется, я опять упала. А, и в лаву. Великолепно. Ладно, ну, сундук взяли.
Going out is tiring.
Оу. А, все-таки надо туда идти. А как же? Все понял, падаем еще раз. Не хочу Лизу потерять просто так. Все, дошло. Нет, она все равно сдохла. Да ёшки-крёшки, ладно. Да что ж ты? Твою дивизию. Кстати, у всех жизнь немножко покутилась. Я великолепно. Лошара. Так, все, мы поняли, сообразили. Начинаем. Близко пока не подходит. Ждем следующего робота. Что там еще распался? Отлично. Ты что ж ты своими рывками-то, блин? Давай торопимся. Блин, чуть не подрезалась. Что там мы видели? Угу, электрика? Или лучник своего цвета? Кто у нас там? Так, стопы сначала давай. Немножечко нас. Почти фу. Тебя давай так же подхилим, так и быть. Бряк.
Back together at last. You're not hurt, are you, Tooser?
Hurt? No way. This is really fun for you, maybe. We were off. What's over there? Wow, this room is huge. Is this where Mr. Cyclops takes his friends when they come?
It is. Impressive, isn't it? Now, how about a little game of hide and seek?
Huh? Now? But...
I have a surprise.
A surprise? Oh.
Don't worry, you'll have the chance to look for it later. But before...
Okay. 60 is a really long... 60, 59, 58...
There's not much time. Let's clear all these hazards out.
48,
подожди.
46, 45... Are you guys okay? What's all that crashing and banging?
Don't worry, it's all part of the surprise.
Да нет, ты мне нужна. Иди нафиг.
A crash maneuver. Rest and reach. Don't be scared.
Вы что, издеваетесь? Это быстро готово.
Hey, no cheating. You skipped a few numbers, you little rascal.
Шевелите булками.
All right. 15, 14, 13.
Успела кинуть? Новые едут.
3, 2, 1. Okay, you ready?
Держи его.
Give me another 10 seconds, Tooser. Still hiding.
Huh. Now who's the cheater? All right. 10 seconds, that's it.
Сейчас получишь. Их ты.
9, 8,
А, не выйдете.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Ого. Я так точно не могу.
1. Coming, ready or not?
Сколько одноглазиков.
This is everything I've ever dreamed of! It's Mr. Cyclops' world! Wow. He actually pooped. But Paimon wonders if he'll be alright after you... Awesome! Boy, if these Mr. Cyclopses weren't so big, I'd sure love to take one home.
Да-да.
Wait, aren't you guys supposed to be playing? Oh, that's right. I was so excited. Well, let's go.
Ага. Чем здесь есть для меня? Подожди. Где это прячется врат? Даже там, где вот мальчишка был. Там может быть что-то будет для меня? Нет, походу нет. Совсем нет. Совсем нет. Ну ладно. Ты чё, что так плохо ищешь, брата-то? Тебя подхилит, чувак.
It's a good thing that you two found me first. Looks like using the foul legacy I have no idea what I'd do if Tooser saw me like this. Look at me. Deflated as a burst balloon. Like I said, I can never pass on an opportunity to test, and that's why I, Tartaglia... Anyway, childhood dreams are all too easily shattered, so someone has to protect them, right? If you make a promise, you keep it. If you make a mistake, and if you give someone a dream... that is what family is all about, isn't it? Remind you of something?
Quit the tough guy act already. You need to see a doctor right away, mister.
A fine suggestion, but first... I have a little something for Tooser. Please give it to him on my behalf.
Huh? Is this a miss?
Indeed. I had made it to order by a smith some time back. I had
Wow. Now that Paimon thinks about it, Child's family are really lucky to
I'll also need you to explain my abrupt departure. You'll help me out, won't you? The cold will kill the... that nursery rhyme brings back so many delightful memories. Tooser taught... Alright. Thank you.
Запомни, что есть нормальный засранец. Здесь тоже ничего нет. Да что ж такой сучок медальный такой.
I can't find him anywhere. Where did he go? Really? Where is he? Yeah, so he had to leave in a real hurry. That's great. But still, I was kind of hoping we could play here a little longer.
Можно играть.
Wow, look at this! I never knew that they made Mr. Cyclops. Look, it even has my name on it. You're really loving it, huh? You bet. My brother is... You had a tour of Liyue, you met your brother, visited the... Do you think you're ready to head... Don't worry, I know I can't get my way up. So...
Подарок, подарок. Сундук, сундук, сундук. Ха-ха. Слезь с палки. Подожди, не Надя, нафиг не Надя. Береги себя, какая ты милая.
Ma'am, Young Master Tooser. I've been waiting for you.
Did Chylde send?
That's correct. Master Chylde instructed me to arrange for young Master Tooser.
Who are you? My big brother always... But you've been following us around this whole time. Yeah, that's because I've known who you are all... what? My brother told us all about you in a letter he sent back home. Sister Tonya read it to me. I actually recognized you the moment I saw you. I just... What a strange twist of fate.
Что же нас говорили?
Young Master Tooser, the boat to Snezhnaya will dock soon.
Gee, time really flies when you're... Well then, see you, Miss Nice Lady. I'll wait for you back home. You definitely have to come visit Snezhnaya sometime.
Когда-то, походу, приедем.
Yeah, pinky promise.
You make a pinky promise, you keep it all your life. You bring... Bye-bye, Tooser. Have a safe trip.
Hey.
Chylde? So you were here this whole time?
Partings are special moments. If he spent his final moments in Liyue seeing me all haggard and weak like this, that's not a memory I want. Still, it is a shame that I couldn't see him off by myself. I should have been the one taking him back. I do have subordinates to escort him.
Jeez, don't you think you've...
I can't quite explain it, but somehow I felt much more at ease leaving him in your care. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. Remuneration for your services, which...
Aha! So you...
One other thing. Don't forget our promise now. Let's have a this time, with my honor as a harbinger on the line.
You best go rest up first. Don't come crying to us.
Regardless of who wins or loses our next bout, I'll introduce you to my other siblings, Tonya and Anthon. They're great.
We'll take you up on that offer. Mostly...
I'm sure that he'll be very excited to see. Farewell, my friends. Till we meet again. In Snezhnaya.
Злой Фатой наш друг. Великолепный. Который хочет нас убить все-таки. Великолепно.